Hello everyone. Today we mark the International Day of Democracy. It is an opportunity for us to reflect on our rights and responsibilities and how we can support democracy around the world. A strong and healthy democracy needs constant care and attention, not only during good times, but during bad times, we need to be even more vigilant. The United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution in 2007 that September 15th each year would be observed as the International Day of Democracy. The goal of this day is to promote and support the government's role in maintaining an open democracy among all member nations. The UN serves a variety of purposes, including monitoring elections, working to strengthen democratic institutions around the world, and assisting nations and helping them recover from conflict and create their own constitution. The success of a democracy depends upon the people and how they participate in the decision making process of their country. And this can only happen when people are allowed to vote regardless of their caste, religion, gender, language, etc. The International Day of Democracy on 15th September puts great emphasis on equality and allows us the opportunity to celebrate and appreciate our democratic societies. The founding documents of democratic governments put great emphasis on equality. One person, one vote, no matter who you are or what your station in life is. The purpose of this day is to review the state of democracy around the world and to support and promote democracy and its principles. So, let us remember this right today and strengthen it. Wish you all a happy Democracy Day. Thank you.
The word democracy comes from the Greek words of demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power or rule. So, democracy basically means the rule of the people. Democracy first started as a direct democracy in Greek cities, notably ancient Athens, where people came together to speak about their concerns and opinions in front of rulers of the city-state and directly voted on new rules and laws. Here is considered as the birthplace of democracy. For the very first time, decisions were made by the people instead of rulers. But sadly, the ancient Greeks did not see all people equally. Slaves, women, children, and the people who did not have a land weren't allowed to vote. This is what we call a flawed democracy today. After the Greeks lost their power and influence in the 1st century AD, their early forms of democracy were also fading away until the Magna Carta was signed in 1215, which prevented the King of England to do whatever he wanted and said that even the king had to follow the country's rules and laws which were written in the Constitution. Today, most democracies are indirect or representative, which means that you can't vote for a new law yourself, but you can vote for people who then become lawmakers and present your interests. But democracy isn't just about voting. It's about everything to protect the best interests of the people, no matter what is their race, gender, political opinion, or religion. These interests can be human rights, quality of life, infrastructure, and many more. Modern democracies divide power into 3 different branches: the legislative, the people who make the law; the executive, the people who make sure that you obey the law; and the judiciary, who judge you if you commit a crime. These 3 are independent and work following the process, checks and balances, which means all the work must be clear and fair. And very important, the people who have power also must follow the law and not exceed their authority. In addition, a democratic government must work in a way that reflects the wish, feeling, desire, and values of the society that it governs. This is also known as the general will, which is a concept developed by the famous Swiss philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau. One of the problems of democratic voting is that the biggest groups of people always have the most power, And that's why a good democracy also has laws to protect the rights of its smaller and weaker groups. A democracy where the majority chooses to separate, expel, or injure its minority is not a functioning democracy. So, what do you think now about democracy? Winston Churchill once said, "Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all those other forms that have been tried from time to time." Do you agree?